Greetings, Congregation Rainbow Warriors. It's John the Preacher. We have a huge announcement from former President Donald Trump coming right up. But first, as is our custom, I'd like to begin this sermon with a little bit of humor. What do you call the maniacs at the Washington Post who have my presidential campaign polling at 0.003%? Do you give up? Have you given up already? You call them a polstergeist. You see, the humor lies in the notion of confusing a pollster, which are people who conduct polls by calling people on the phone and asking them who they're likely to vote for, and the paranormal phenomenon of a poltergeist, which is a ghost or demon infestation in your home. Friends and loyal followers, as you recall, the last time we met, we kicked off my presidential campaign. That is why I'm proud to announce my candidacy to be the next president of the United States. I'll be running on the Holy People's Theocratic Party ticket. You can read all about it in the latest issue of Wake Up magazine. Well, we have some major announcements and some very big news related to that campaign that I'd like to share with you right now. Without further ado, I'd like to bring on the former and soon-to-be second greatest president of the United States ever, Donald John Trump. Welcome, President Trump. President Trump, do you have some words that you'd like to share with the congregation now? Okay, I'm going to patch you through right now.
Like, I get all my advice, all my wisdom from this guy, John D. Preacher. It's not just good news now, it's the best news, you know. I'm considering kicking it around. There's a lot of people interested, but I'm seriously considering John D. Preacher to be my running mate. I think he'd make a wonderful VP. But Tucker becomes very upset when I say that. On second thought, I said, you know what, folks? John the Preacher should be president, and I will be his VP, and we will make America great again.
Well, there you have it, folks. It's an honor to receive an endorsement from President Donald Trump, but it makes perfect sense. Trump was trying to make America great again, but John the Preacher will make America holy again. Together, we will return this nation to its former glory and make it into the holy Christian nation the Founding Fathers intended it to be. Now, some people will say that's not true. The Founding Fathers never intended it to be a Christian nation. But these are the same people that are trying to tell you that Alexander Hamilton was a gangster rapper. But these are lies. These are Satan's lies. Alexander Hamilton was never a rapper. He was a godly man, just like Benjamin Franklin, just like Betsy Ross, and just like Donald J. Trump. You can read all about it in the latest edition of Wake Up magazine. I'd also like to quickly thank Vivek Ramaswamy. He's a fine young man, and also Ron DeSantis of Florida for throwing their endorsement behind John the Preacher.
This has to be an America First candidate in that White House. As I've said since the beginning, there are two America First candidates in this race. And earlier tonight, I called
John the Preacher
to tell him now going forward, he will have my full endorsement for the presidency.
Following our second place finish in Iowa, we've prayed and deliberated on the way forward.
John the Preacher
Is superior to the current incumbent, Joe Biden. That is clear. He has my endorsement because we can't go back to the old Republican guard of yesteryear.
People of America, my loyal subjects, after you elect me in my first 100 days, with the help of the Lord, I will solve each and every single one of America's problems. This all starts with our totally broken agriculture system, Right now, all we grow is corn, and it's a huge problem, folks. They put corn in everything. They put corn in the gasoline. They put corn in the soda pop, and it's leading to an obesity epidemic and rising healthcare costs. When I'm crowned president, we will be ripping out all of the cornfields and replacing them with tobacco. Everyone knows tobacco suppresses hunger and it gives people energy. It's a well-known fact that those who smoke have a much lower BMI. This is how we tackle both the obesity epidemic and the corn epidemic. We're going to kill two birds with one stone. My immigration policy. Well, not only are we going to build a wall on the southern border, we're going to build a wall on the northern border, and on every inch of coastline, we're going to build a wall. We're going to build concentric circles of walls, walls upon walls, protecting the most important place of all, the White House. Next, we're going to have AI finally figure out that time travel, and we're going to travel back to the past, to the time when the dollar was worth a lot more than it is right now. And we're going to take a lot of those more valuable dollars and we're going to bring them back to the present. And that is how we're going to solve inflation once and for all. Now, friends, please join me in a closing prayer. Lord, please help all of the misguided and undecided voters to understand that the only way to save the nation is to vote for your faithful servant, John the Preacher, and that they must, like this video, share it with others so others can receive the life-saving vital information, and they must subscribe to this channel. But Lord, most importantly, help them to know that they must give at least 5% of their total income at patreon.com/John the Preacher. Amen.